Okay, so who would like to give the summary of what happened last session?
When you guys left? What was the last session again?
We woke up. Said that there was more evil stuff below. We said, fuck that, we're out. And then left to the mist.
We took a turn.
And we blew up the vents before we left.
We spent a long time talking about the vents and then finally blew them up.
Yeah.
And then we followed the path and we ended up in front of a mist wall, fog wall. And there was a friendly garrison inside, we thought. I remember getting assaulted by a spider for no good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, rude fuckers.
And then we ventured into the fog wall, and I tripped and fell into a web, and now we're surrounded by giant spiders who might still be friendly.
I think we're just gonna burn them to a crisp, aren't we? Really?
And what happens? And what happens if you enter the mist without any light source?
You take constitution damage.
You get wrecked.
You lose all your health points.
Constitution.
Are we missing anybody from the map, by the way, or am I going mad?
Yeah, we got McKelly, Trin,
You're
Tyler,
mad.
and George logged in.
There are 6 of us. I kept thinking there were 7 of us, but Morela's not here anymore, is she?
And I count as Matt, technically. Otley's not here.
I'm just loading up and in now.
No, I was trying to calculate who was here, but I keep forgetting, like you say, like Morela's not here. I keep forgetting that I don't log in on Roll20.
Oh, yeah.
I used to, but then it got confusing because you had the echo from my computer and his computer.
Okay, so in regards to the constitution damage, I think Otley and Revy have taken constitution damage.
Yes.
I do constitution damage.
Yeah, I think I was fine. I've passed so far.
I don't know. I wasn't there for the session that happened, so I have no idea.
Well, your constitution score has effectively gone down as a result of being exposed to the mist.
Oh, okay.
We've got the same as well. I'm probably exhausted, right? 1 level of exhaustion because we haven't slept.
No, you did a constitution check and a half-hour rest to go over that.
Oh,
yeah,
so
I'm sure.
okay.
Yeah, so that's what the override is on my constitution, I take it.
Yeah.
Okay, I did wonder.
Okay, so yes, now you're surrounded by spiders in the mist, but you are all of you have at least 2 items which have had light cast on them, and daylight has been cast on the magic carpet, which is centered on Tordum.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And we've got 12 items, 2 items each, illuminated with light.
Yeah, so it'll basically be, I think, Revy, your items will start going out first, and then it'll basically go around, and then the carpet will be last, won't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're surrounded by spiders who are emerging from all the crevices in this hill. What would you like to do?
Yep. Pick up where I left off. Yep.
Oh god, yeah, you're all tangled up. That's right.
So I'm tangled. Do we initiative? Are we initiating?
Not quite yet. Like you're in sort of like the cutscene where it says your presence has disturbed the local and the locals. You can you have multiple options as to what you can do here, but you're sort of in that
I'm going to need a head start on my strength checks to get out of this web because I'm on a fat +0.
Yeah, sure. So you're going to try and escape from the web?
I'm
Can I
gonna
move
flail.
the bonfire under not underneath his body, but under like one end of it? So like here, so it burns those webs.
Well, you've got your bonfire currently burning here, but
I can just move it instantaneously.
so you just will set a bonfire underneath Revy.
Well, under the webs all on this wall. If he's like in the middle, try and burn the ones that are all up against the wall, or will it burn him as well?
Would most likely burn him. He's absolutely like saturated in them.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. Sorry, mate. You have to get yourself out. Wiggle.
Yep.
Okay, so
Oh.
can I get your strength check, please?
I got a 19. Okay, well, that's anticlimactic.
Okay, so yes, you free yourself from the webs, and you've still got webs attached to you, but you're not restrained by them anymore.
Okay. Well, that's a big improvement. That's huge.
Okay, Trin, you are on the carpet with Tordum, so what would you like to do?
It's, I guess, depending on, are we gonna just fight our way through this, or do we want to at least try and talk to the spiders, I guess? I don't think there'll be much talking to weird spiders, but, like, in case someone was so desperate to save a spider's life.
No, not really.
Cool.
Says the
Then I'll
druid.
just- Yeah, I was gonna say, hang on.
We already
Yeah, I can
learned to
talk to spiders
shapeshift
if you
into
want.
spiders, so he's learned all he needed to from these creatures.
In that case, if we're not gonna, like, try any alternatives, I'll hold my action, basically. Ready an arrow, and I'll have it readied at this one at the back.
Okay. Barakas, what do you want to do?
Well, I start to say, we just passing through with one end, and then with the other, start cast, hypnotic pattern, sort of like a rainbow of colors, very neutral, or almost black and white, passing through 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, blind him.
Okay, so as you cast this, you notice that what would normally be like really radiant or hippie drug-induced like color patterns are they're not quite black and white, but they're very pastel color. The color has been drained out of them. They're colorful enough that you can tell them apart, but that's really it. So what do they need to beat?
It is a 22 on wisdom. They are charmed.
Okay,
Do
none
they
of them
have
succeeded.
disadvantage because they've got so many eyes?
Well, they failed anyway, so.
Do spiders have loads of eyes, or am I just getting that wrong?
No, they do, yeah.
It does vary depending on the breed, but yes, they do.
Yeah. A lot of them do.
Yeah, so these ones are all charmed. Otley, what would you like to do?
I heard somebody saying talk to the spiders, and now it's given me that idea. But I don't know if they're going to be very friendly.
Isn't it to try?
Am I also trapped in a web as well, or no?
No.
Okay. And Revy got out. Is anyone else trapped in webbing?
No, just Revy. He decided to jump into a web or jump over a web and missed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might try activate my, like, if these things are coming in. Do I talk to them or not? I'll put my speak with animals on so I can at least understand them if they're speaking.
Sure. Okay, so
It might give us an insight on what they're doing.
okay. So as you cast them, your sudden so while they're being present, all of them are like clicking their mandibles and making, the spider noises. And as soon as you activate this spell, you realize that picking it up midway through them basically chanting something. Put where terror treads, spinner of fate in silence deep, Arasta wake from woven sleep.
Okay, so they're religious nutjobs. Motley says out loud to the party.
Religious fanatics.
Okay, so
Yeah.
and I will put it in the Discord because they're effectively just saying this just over and over and over again. So, but eventually it circles around and you get the full sort of verse. Basically, Mother of Silk, we bow our heads. In shadow's shroud where terror treads, spinner of fate in silence deep, Arasta wake from woven sleep. Threads of the night tight and cold, bind the bold and snare the old. From every corner secrets crawl, your web is truth, the web is all. All eight-limbed queen whose gaze we dread, whose children feast where light has fled. We offer blood, we offer fear, Mother Shadows ever near. In hush between each breath, we dance with you, we pray for death. For only then in endless thread are we wrapped and truly wed. And then they repeat.
So I think we can pretty much say that they are trying to kill us, people.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that only Otley is hearing this.
I'm assuming Otley's translating.
Yeah.
Are we just hearing spider noises?
Yeah, you're just hearing spider noises. If you want to
They
spend
sound really chill, guys. We've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, in which case I don't believe Otley.
They sound like they want to talk to us about their Lord and Saviour. Something I didn't quite catch the name. I don't know, some web guy. Probably a big spider.
Shadow.
In the name of the Miles, the Morales, and the Peter Parker.
Yeah.
In which case, I want to put a wall of fire.
Oh, can I do a religion check to see if I know who they're praying to, or whatever?
Yeah, sure. But where did you want your wall of fire?
Well, we've got the bonfire on that side, so kind of 2 those 3 on a diagonal.
So, like that?
Yeah, but maybe just in front, so it's between us and them.
Oh, there's not the crammed one. Get the other one.
So like this?
Yeah, obviously it's longer than that, I think.
Yep. Goes onto the bound there, I would say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
60 foot long.
Yep, it's just a little bit shorter than that, but yes.
Yeah, so I want it so that it's basically almost like blocking those 3 spiders in like that little section.
Okay.
With the dangerous fire on their side.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so can I have your religion check, please?
11.
Okay. So you do latch on to the name Arasta, and you do have some inkling that is the name of something significant. It does trigger something in your memory. You just can't think what in this sort of stressful situation.
Okay.
Okay, so Durr, what would you like to do?
I think I'm probably just gonna stand there. Maybe I'll move my fire. Ah, fuck it. No, they're both actions. I was gonna try and move my fire, and then I think casting speak with animals is an action.
Come talk to them with me. We'll be spider friends.
You can turn into a spider, right?
I can, but if I turn into a spider, then I can't turn into a fire elemental if we really need it.
Don't you do it?
Yeah, I can just stay in a fire elemental for like 8 hours, so we'll never need a light source because I shed it in like a 60-foot radius,
Oh,
and I'll burn any fucker that comes near me. But I need to use 2 wild shapes to do that. So if I use 1, then I can only turn into like another thing. Yeah, I'm gonna cast speak with animals,
Okay.
and I'm gonna scream out. Spiders, you want no quarrel with us. We bring the daylight and we'll make you burn. Back the fuck up.
Okay, can I get a persuasion check from you, please? As you cast it, you also get this chant, sort of like mid sentence,
Yeah.
and then it's just going around. You can tell that each of these spiders has a different sort of like accent, and they're all but saying it in sort of like different beats, so it creates a sort of echo around you. But like all of them combined, they are actually quite loud.
I am quite persuasive. 10 and 1. So I've got 11 plus 7. So 18. I do have something as well that makes me... I swear one of my feature traits is people like me. Or things like me. Oh no, I just have proficiency in the persuasion skill. That's
That
it.
doesn't
Yeah.
work with me then, is it? I don't like it.
I think Dirk's trying hard. You're the one who's tried to hit him in the face multiple times.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, so the question is, who are you directing this at? If you're trying to direct it at multiple, the difficulty will be higher. If you're trying to do it against one in particular, then you'll have passed.
Is there a bigger one?
No, all of these ones are actually looking pretty, but not necessarily puny, but they're looking decidedly average. Like, you've seen giant spiders, and they're like the size of like Shelob from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
These are more just sort of like ones that could be not necessarily. I'd probably say very large dogs, but these ones are sort of like the minimal size that a giant spider would need to be called a giant spider.
I want to do it towards this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright then, so with everybody's turn going forward, can I get initiative from everyone?
Woo.
Oh, nat 20! Damn!
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
I was one away. I got a 19.
Nice.
So you got
Wait,
19?
I get advantage on initiative. No, still a 19 plus 2.
So was that 21 for you, Hayden?
Yeah.
It was 23 for Darren, or nat 20 plus 3. So,
Alright, so... Alright, so with everything sort of like happening, so first off we'll go to Trin with your held action, and who are you shooting at?
It was this one.
Okay. Okay, so only be one attack in that regard.
Yep, that's fine.
Just before you actually do the attack, McKelly, if she attacks one that's being affected by the hypnotic pattern, does that break the hypnosis?
Yes.
Oh, I don't have to do that then in that case. I guess it's best to keep it hypnotized.
They didn't take any damage from the wall of fire?
No, but almost to sort of put it in
I put it
front
as
of them.
like a dissuasion. It will either make them go away because they don't like it, or they've got to run through it and then take the damage. So either way, they'll take the damage, but I didn't want to initiate combat without anyone else's permission. Because, you know, apparently I do too much without permission.
Okay, and there's just the one that's not hypnotized, or is it two?
These two.
Extreme.
This is the one that shouted out, but this one is fully active, as it were.
Okay, in that case, because I did specify that one, I will drop the action so I don't get it out of its little hypnosis charmy thingy.
Alright then.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's just about to shoot, and you just hear Veracast like, wait, no, not that one.
That one. Alright.
Alright, so Durr, you're up.
Which one has got shot? This one?
That's the one you shouted out. This one's unaffected by anything.
I'm going to move my fire in front of this one. So like here. So it doesn't quite burn them, but enough to scare them. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
That's it.
Is that an action to do?
Yes.
Any bonuses?
Nah, that's it for now.
Alright, so Otley, you're up.
Okay. I will ready my rage, so I'm going to activate that. Actually, no, I won't. Are there any webs that look like they're going to be a problem, like, in our way?
Yeah, so like this entire area is coated in webs, but where you can basically see a web, those are like the most visible ones.
Okay.
With the exception of this one here, because the bonfire has burned that out.
Okay. I basically am thinking 2 attacks per action, going with firebolt cantrips and hit 2 of the webs that look like they're the most potentially in the way if we need to move around.
And those are?
I don't know, maybe that one. The one by Revy is like gone, right? Or is he just gotten out of it?
He's taken a big chunk out of it, but there's still sort of like a tightrope version there, so it's not big enough for somebody to like walk across, but it could be something that the spiders could potentially use to get across, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that one on fire with the firebolt.
Yep.
I think it ignites him. And like, not hitting Revy, but like the fire around him to like put that one out.
Sure.
And then activate my rage and end my turn.
Alright. Barakas, you're up.
Everybody's been so passive. Are we doing something? Are we attacking?
Oh, that's yeah.
I'll say technically I'm on the attack warpath because the moment they walk through mine they take damage.
Well, alright. This is the case. I will jump in forward, and I will Eldritch Blast. All over on the top one.
Okay. I will say that's the one that Durr has shouted at.
So all over on the bottom. There it is. So we've got a 26 to hit,
Yep.
a 24, and a 23.
Yep, all hit.
Nice.
Damage incoming. Need to math. Okay, that is it. 30, 46 damage. Forced.
So how much damage?
46.
46, damn.
Against this bottom one, yep.
Boom!
Against this one, yep.
Lead. Yes, sir.
Alright, so that's an insta-kill.
Well, what color are they? Maybe like faint green. Shooting out of my right hand, pulverizing parts of the spider.
Nice.
Alright, anything as a bonus?
Yes, can I do another intimidation check? Try to scare them off. Scare the other one off.
Sure.
Yes.
Which one do you want to try and scare?
It's a 1 on the dice.
Okay, fair enough. So you just go boo!
But I start to cough.
Alright then. Is that your turn done?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so Onyx, you're up.
Alrighty. This one was just intimidated and nothing else, right?
Yeah, just intimidated. You've yet to see the effect of that.
Okay. Is it alright if I hold my action again? But
Sure.
this time, like, if he tries to attack, then I, like, attack in turn.
Sure.
Just because in case he backs off, then I'm not gonna, like, kill him necessarily, is what I'm trying to go for.
Right then. Okay. Do you want a hunter's mark anybody?
Yeah, I'll Hunter's Mark him.
Okay.
Just in case he's...
Okay, so it's Spider's turn. But do they have a chance to break free of the hypnosis?
No, they have to get damage or being shaken.
Okay, sure. Okay, so this one, being intimidated, is going to remain intimidated and go slowly back away towards this crevice. But still chanting, like completely uninterrupted by anything going on. Still chanting away, and is then going to disappear into the crevice here. Okay, these ones are still hypnotized, so put Tordum, you're up.
Okay. So none of them have walked near my fire yet.
Yeah, still hypnotized by by a
Well,
spell.
that's a concentration spell, so I can't use a concentration spell. There's no point hitting them if they're... Can I just hit them? Is there anything that's not currently dead or hypnotized?
No. Unless you're a candle.
Do you care if I hit your spiders?
Fucking burn them.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna cast Akan's Scorcher,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't have to concentrate on that one.
Yep.
I'm just gonna fire at the one that's like not slightly all the way aflame, that's like near the edge.
This one.
No, the other end. That one, yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna fire at that one.
Okay.
It needs to do a dex saving throw. It needs to be 18.
Does it do this with disadvantage because it's hypnotized?
They are charmed. I don't know in this case how it works.
Okay. Put 14. So what?
18,
check.
they had to be 18.
Okay, so it just failed.
Okay, so it's 20. Damage, it's gonna take 23 fire damage.
Okay.
Well, 18 fire damage plus 5. So yeah, 23. And I'm just going to keep my firewall there.
Okay.
Just in case they drop their, get free of their whatever, it might help slow them down.
Sure. Okay, Ravi, you're up.
Okay, we're going with a huge blade barrier.
Okay.
It's going to be 100 foot wide, long, 20 foot high, and 5 feet thick, and I'm going to draw it directly through these two spiders.
So
Okay.
he's putting
right.
firewall behind my firewall.
Yeah. I'm just going to drop it right on them.
Yeah, I think you've done the upgraded version. I used the basic.
So they're going to have to take a dex saving throw.
Mm-hmm. What do they need to beat?
18.
Just failed. Or one just failed, the other failed.
They both failed.
Yep.
Where's my dice roll? So if they both fail, take 34 points of damage each.
Okay. So this one is dead, and this one is very badly hit by that and is considered bloodied.
Hell yeah.
Alright then.
That's about that. And then bonus action, summon my spirit weapon. I don't know. Can you see that? Around there. Perfect. I suppose I should draw a line.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So back at the top of the round. You're up.
I can't see through the firewall, can I?
My one you can. It's only dangerous on one side.
Those like see through it.
I assume so.
Yeah, I thought it was opaque. Like
Well,
the
my
actual-
description says it's opaque.
Cool. If it is, then I'll move my bonfire underneath this one.
So where you're moving your bonfire to? Sorry, I missed it.
I'll move it underneath that one there.
Okay. Okay, so how much bonfire damage does it take for being in the fire?
Deck save 18 on their part, and then it's 3d8.
You've
I'll
got to
roll
think
now.
about dex saves at 18 in this game, haven't we, today?
Yep, that failed.
2, 4, so that's 6 plus 1, 7 whole points of fire damage. As it slowly starts cooking under my bonfire.
Okay, it's very, very nearly dead. Like swaying on, swaying from side to side, unable to sort of comprehend what's going on with it. Okay, anything further?
That's me.
Okay, Otley, you're up.
No, he's not
Okay.
down.
I will. How far do you say we can see through the fire, or we can't?
Can.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
And my fire and
Really
damage
well.
is on one side.
It's a evocation spell, isn't it, or is it a conjuration?
Look. And I'm concentrating on it.
Wall of fire, wall of fire. Evocation, yeah.
Okay. Does that mean your sculpt spell will mean it doesn't
Yeah.
harm us?
Yep.
Yep.
But it's also, its fire is only on one side is damaging as well.
They
So
can-
the
they can
damaging
pass forward.
side I put on their side.
You're saying, can you pass
Yeah, I
forward?
was just
Yes,
more
you
thinking
can walk
if
through
I
it.
run through the fire and hit one of them.
You won't
Yeah.
get any damage, no. You won't take damage, no, from my fire.
Yeah, that's what I was carrying.
There are some spider webs in your way if you're going along the line I think you are.
I'm thinking.
I'm surprised he hasn't got a lightning boot.
Yeah, I'm going to use my little lightning boot movement. From where he is, straight down to the bottom one, over the spiritual weapon, and then like up to the right. That takes 85 movement out of the 90 flying.
So, basically to there, and then to there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does the flying thing so he doesn't get affected by the weapon.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
That's that.
so even if you rolled all ones on this check, this spider is dead. It should just kick it in the face.
I have been using it as a springboard.
Yeah.
Not springboard.
Does it
Thanks
say
for
I have
most.
to do my movement all in one go? I don't think he is. Where's it, boots? No, it's just when I move to them. So can I, basically fly at one of them, punch it, and then fly to the other one and punch that one?
Sure, yep.
Like, in a big swoop.
Yep, sure.
Okay. It'll be... That's a... hang on, 15 plus my unarmed... Oh, that's a plus 11 to hit, so 15 plus 11, 26.
Yeah, it hits.
And then a 14, so 25.
Yep, both of those hit.
Okay. So for the move, let me roll my damage first before I forget. 5 plus 6 plus 2 for my rage, so 13 on the first one. And then 14 on the second guy. And then for the boots, it's the DC 15 dex save.
Failed.
Both?
Well, the first one, even if it's succeeded, is pretty much dead anyway. So yeah, both of them failed.
Oh, this is if it succeeds, it takes no damage.
Okay, so that both of them failed anyway. So
Okay. 8. That's 9 lightning damage as well to both of them.
okay. So yeah, this one in front of you is very concussed looking, but it's still standing.
Okay. I don't think I have a. If I got a bonus action I can use. Oh, I should have used Giant Smite and then punched him, but never mind.
I'll allow you to do that now if you want.
Well, I was thinking if I'd had done the Giant Smite before I hit him, then I'd be able to get the extra damage on the Giant Smite.
Yeah, sure. I'll allow it.
Okay. That is an extra 6. 3.
You get giant smites on both attacks, don't you?
I get it on just the one.
Okay, cool.
Like one attack per turn.
Okay. Right.
He'd save it for the last one. He as he's flying, he runs on a lightning bolt, and he's as he's running, he gets bigger, and he kind of passing right hook to the first one as it just as he runs past, and then the other one he throws a left at it. While he's big. That's his turn.
Okay. So, as you finish, you put the spiders have just been chanting over and over and over again, completely uninterrupted by what you guys have done. Aside from whenever you've killed them, then their voices sort of drop away from the chant. As your turn comes to an end, you hear 2 more voices, very distinct from the other ones, sort of join the harmony. As out of the crevices,
Ay, puta.
2 giant spider dark elf hybrids emerge from the holes in a very sort of back-breaking way. So where they were sort of bent in half to fit through the hole, and then they just sort of with great crunching of bones stand erect again. As their voices are now added in basic, or common, or whatever you want to call it, to the choir.
That's fine. So to fuck them up.
Okay, so and ironically, with them adding to initiative, it's now their turn. So this one's going to just latch straight onto you, Revy, and just going to charge right at you.
Heal.
Okay, and with that, he's just going to pull out a rapier from around his belt, and it's a rapier in all sort of terms of what a rapier looks like, but it's the size of a longsword. And with that, he's just going to do 3 attacks against you. 19. One was a crit, and another one was a 26.
Okay, two hits.
Okay.
Wait.
9.
Yeah, I can't be quick because I'm wearing adamantine. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Cool. So that's 9 on the first hit and 5 on the other hit, so that's 14 damage to you.
Okay.
Okay, and this one is going to charge at Yuda, and it's large enough that it's under normal circumstances it would find it quite difficult to be present on the sort of like narrow cliff that you're on, but the legs on its right side just reach up and start walking along the wall.
No, I don't like it.
Okay, and he's this one. So the one attacking Revi is female. The one attacking you is male.
You can see the whole of it because half of the legs are up.
Yeah. Spider dicks hanging out.
Okay, so what's your EC again?
16.
Okay,
How did they get past my fire?
they've emerged from these holes.
Okay, so you come from behind.
Okay, only one hit. But so this one is going. That is only 5 damage to you. Okay, but the one thing that you two are noticing about these two is that while they're chanting, they don't seem to be particularly focused on you. Their focus seems to be on the chant. They're just sort of like attacking you more out of an sort of instinctual awareness. They're not actually putting a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Onyx, you're up.
It might be charming to keep the barriers up.
I'm just laughing because I just realised we've made it what 20 feet inside this thing. I
Trent?
don't know how deep it is or anything.
Yeah, I will help Revi out and attack this one. I'm going to Hunter's Mark this one. Yeah, it's maybe probably wasting another spell slot, but it's fine. And yeah, I'll just use the bow, because, you know, it's what I'm here for, right? That is... and the mouse works. And I find actually the right things. That is a 30.
32,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Wonderful. So that is 11 piercing damage,
Mm-hmm.
5 Hunter's Mark damage,
Yep.
and 1 fire damage.
So 17. But
Yeah.
okay, so that was your first hit. But because you already rolled before I was able to remind you, for the second hit, do you want to use your marksman ability?
Ooh. The sharpshooter one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say I should use it more. I always think, yeah, I'm gonna roll terribly and it's just not gonna hit, and then, yeah. I need to stop being so scared of this bonus, honestly.
I'm gonna hunt a rogue in another game and I do the same thing. I keep forgetting I have it, or I remember and I'm like, but what if I miss?
Yes, exactly. And then I just look like all stupid, don't I? Never
The big
get that damage.
target needs big damage, but the big target has big AC, so I don't want to miss it.
Exactly. Okay, so that's -5, which means 26.
Yeah, it still hits.
Nice. Okay.
So it's 10 to start off with.
Wonderful. So that is another 10 piercing damage then.
Mm-hmm.
2 Hunter's Mark damage.
Yep.
And 5 fire damage.
Okay, so that is 27.
Nice.
So 17, 27 damage. Okay. Okay, so but you shoot it twice in the back, and it rocks forwards as it does, but it doesn't necessarily seem to show any sign of pain, and its chant is uninterrupted.
Ooh. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Bit sketchy. Kill him quick, I guess.
Okay, so Barakesh, you're up.
Okay. Can I stand here?
Yep.
Is it spaceful enough between me and the?
Yep. You'll be standing sort of sideways, but yes, you can
Well,
get in
it's
there.
small. That's fine.
Yeah. I'll hunker down.
The one thing I will say though, where all of the shadows are in relation to the rocks, there's crevices there, so your feet are effectively in the crevice. Which I'm reminding you for literally no reason.
Right. Oh well. I will going to attack it either way.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. I'm going to also hex it.
Sure.
And I'm gonna attack. So it's 25 on the first hit,
Yep.
and 21 on the second.
Yep, both those hit.
Damage incoming.
Is this with your blood sword?
Yes, it is with my blood swords.
Okay.
It's 24 plus. What is it? 24 plus 10, 34. So 34 slashing damage from my blood swords. Slash.
Is that in total? Or just the first attack?
No, it's in total.
Okay. Okay, and you can add a +2 to your sword damage.
Yes, I'm keeping track.
Okay. Okay, and again, for absolutely no reason whatsoever, can I get a dexterity saving throw from you, please, Barakas?
Oh, actually 11.
Okay, so you suddenly feel a sense of cold against your thighs, and you look down and you can see that your legs have been webbed to the floor, and you are now restrained.
Nice. That's pretty.
Okay. Right, so Tordum, you're up.
Okay. So. What do I want to do? Concentrating on this firewall, but really worth concentrating at the moment. I'll keep the firewall going for a bit longer. Just in case.
One thing I will say about the firewall is that it is burning through all the webs that are
Yeah, but it
in the
doesn't move,
vicinity
it's
of it.
staying there. That's all it's burning is what's there.
Yep.
I'm saying I'll leave it there a bit longer. Hayden, is he out of his trap? Not Hayden. George. Is he
Yes.
out of his trap? Ravi's out of his trap, okay.
Yep.
I am going to throw a scorching ray at the dude fighting Ravi.
Okay.
Well, technically I can split it, but I want to aim at the one fighting Ravi at the moment.
Okay.
I think I've just taken out the wrong spell slot password in a minute.
Mhm.
a 28 hit.
Yep.
That's about to come.
Okay.
That is. Three raised fire at one target. Spell rage slip through the pile of.
What level are you casting it at?
I've cast it at 4. So.
So I have another scorching here. Which one?
No, it's Scorching Ray.
Okay, so five
It's
raised.
5 rays, yeah. So that's what I'm trying to work out is how many dice to roll.
So yeah, five ranged attacks, and each one does 2d6 plus
Yeah,
5.
so I need to do 5d6. And then is it plus 25, yeah?
Sorry. 10d6 plus 25.
Okay, well, I'm going to do the first 3 at the guy
Sure.
fighting Revy.
Okay, so that'll
That's
be
6.
so 6d6 plus 15.
So that one takes 41 damage.
Okay. Anything that it needs to do?
No.
Okay. So what? How much damage again?
That one took 41.
Okay.
And then I'm going to fire the last 2 at the one in combat with Barncast.
Mhm.
So that's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Plus 10.
And that's 24 damage to that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It took me more to read the thing because I pressed originally. I wanted it cast at 1 level and I pressed the button. I pressed the cast twice, too many times.
Okay. But the magic carpet has dropped a little bit, so do you want to...
I'll raise this just a tiny bit more back to where we were.
Okay.
Is anybody in the dark?
No, we haven't got lights on.
No, because they have lit up items, but in terms of the light that you're generating, this entire battlefield is covered.
Okay, that's fine.
In
No, I just
terms of
wanted...
the daylight that has been cast on the carpet.
That's fine. Okay, that's cool then. I'm good then. I'm just concentrating on my firewall.
Yeah. And also Otley is being illuminated by the fire as well.
Yeah.
You do notice that the fire from the fire is... but it's not as bright. I don't know if anyone's actually stared into fire like a maniac like I do, but it does get very flashbangy. This isn't that. It is quite dim in
And
comparison.
there is a bonfire underneath the dead body.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, cool, that's fine. I'm done then.
There we go.
I'm done then.
Okay, so Dur, you're up.
I'm going to put my fire under this one.
Gonna lay a fire under your belly.
Okay.
Deck save 18. 4, 1, 2. Same, 7 points of damage.
Okay, I don't know what is about these spiders, but they all keep rolling 14 with a +3 to their dex, so it doesn't actually save them. But every single dex save that these spiders have made has been on 14.
There you go. It takes the full 7 points.
So make sure we cast spells that have higher dex than 14.
So 7 damage, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. So even though there's like lower body, bear in mind it's a hairy spider as opposed to like the more scaly varieties. Even though that it's like fur is on fire, it's not screaming in pain. It doesn't seem to even notice it. It's carrying on chanting.
Right. I guess only me and Revy know that though, right?
No, these ones are chanting in common.
Oh yeah, fair.
Is that your full turn?
Yes.
Okay, Otley, you're up.
Okay.
The spider is is on like a tree branch in front of you, looking very buggered up.
How high up is the tree branch?
Not that high, only like 20 feet.
Okay. I'm.
If you wanted to use it into the
Doubling-
fire, that's something that you could do.
No, I was more thinking. Is it like clinging onto just? It's on the branch. It's not attached to the tree itself. It's like just on the branch.
It's more sort of like coordinating between the branch and the web that it's done in between the various branches. But yes, it's just standing there. It's not like hanging onto it or anything.
Oh, okay. I was debating using Hue to split the branch so it falls.
Yep, if you do that, it will fall.
Okay, I'll do that. That is a. Where's it gone? 14 plus 11, so 25.
Yep, that cuts clean through it. The spider will see if it can hang on to the web. No, it can't, so it's just going to tumble straight down to the ground. Bear in mind it's also the branch that you're standing on, so but do your boots allow you a flying speed, or put...
For the turn that I do that movement, but not now.
Okay, so you just drop.
I will also fall, but raging, so half damage.
Yeah. So...
I would like to rage fall, people!
So that is 7, 9. So that kills this thing, and you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, but you land on your feet. You don't land prone or
He
anything
lands
like that.
on the body of the spider and takes most of the impact.
Yeah, like you
Okay.
just Jason Bourne it down, just ride it down to
Just
take
that
the
vision's
impact.
like you're riding it holding to his legs, like, and you just splat down onto the cushion.
Okay, so that's one attack, but you have your movement and you have one attack, your movement, and your bonus.
Okay, just double check my movement. Okay, it is 35. So I can move exactly 35 foot to here. I will
Okay,
basically run through the fire like a crazy person. As I run through, I'll let like the fire will like catch me a little bit, and my axe, and I'm just going to run through on fire and swing at the
Okay,
drow.
so the but where you are, you're on elevated ground in comparison to the spider. So if you wanted to be on level with
Okay.
it, you would need to go more this way.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he'll like run round to there. That's fine. I think I could.
Okay, so you've basically
Like
run
that.
underneath the carpet. This web has been burned away, so you don't need to worry about that. So yeah, you can now make your second attack against this thing with advantage because you're flanking.
Nice. Because that would have been a 7. But it's not. That is a 24 to hit.
Yep.
And that is. Okay, that's not that great. 3 plus 6 plus rage, so 11 magical slashing.
Okay. Okay, this thing is looking very bloodied. And,
Oh, plus giant punch. Sorry, I forgot that.
Yep.
Plus 1.
Okay, this thing is looking very bloodied and very battered, but yet it's barely acknowledging your presence and is still chanting.
Oh, why is it got to do that?
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Does it look like this one is posing more of a threat, or the one like next to Durrance up the top?
This one is pretty much on the brink of death. This one is lesser.
Okay, I feel like they've got this down there, so I will bonus action Misty Step up here, which will give them flanking hopefully as well. So
Sure. Okay.
do that in my turn.
Okay, so as right, just to confirm, I know I keep on asking this, but I just want to be absolutely sure. Everybody is okay with like the concept of swarms of spiders and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay.
I love spiders in real life, so I have no issue.
Right. Okay. So.
You're quick.
So. Okay. Not a big deal. Okay. So, as the as you do that oddly, and you miss a step, you can. But you're obviously hearing these driders say this in common, but then in sort of like another aspect of your mind, you're hearing the speak with animals come along, and you're hearing an entire cacophony of what sounds like a children's choir saying the saying the chant, and then you hear a slight scuttering noise in the crevice behind you as you turn to see a swarm of spiders just appear behind you, just out of the crevice.
Nice. It's just travel snacks, isn't it?
Travel snacks.
Yeah. Cook them, nice little crunch. In my pocket they go.
Just one swarm, actually.
Yeah, we can put them in the beer holding later.
when I was in Cambodia.
Okay, so the spiders will basically appear and see you and start nipping at your heels. Does an 18 hit you?
Who are you attacking? Sorry, me?
Just
Hayden.
Oh, my bad.
yeah, just hits.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you've taken 10 piercing damage, so that'll be down to 5.
Damage. Thank you.
Okay, so now it's the Drider's turn, and still chanting, but this one is going. The one attacking you, Revy, is going to give up on its sword and is going to go rear up and sort of maneuver itself so it's above you, and you can see where the elven body meets the spider. There's a giant sort of mouth. There's no face or spider eyes or anything. It's just a mouth that just opens up in these 4 mandibles, and it's going to sort of do a lunge down on you, and is going to attempt to bite you.
Attempt away.
Okay, and very much in the same way that sort of Shelob would attempt against Sam when he was on the floor, it's just going to frost itself down, miss, hit the ground, and almost sort of like concuss itself. And then it's going to pull back, and as it does so, the elf part of the spider is then just going to shake its head in annoyance, still chanting, and is then just going to try and stab you with the rapier.
Okay.
Does a 20 or a 25 hit you?
25 hits me.
Okay. Okay, that is 7 slashing damage to you. Even though
Ow.
it stabbed you.
Oh.
It's a very slash-orientated stab. Okay, and then the one up here is going to attack you, Barakas. Unlike the other spider, this one appears to be entirely at one with itself, and it's just going to do 3 sword attacks against you.
Yep.
A 15 doesn't hit you, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so does a 20?
Yes.
Okay. And that is going to be 5 slashing damage to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Barakas, it's now your turn. You are restrained at your feet by webs, but other than that, you're uninhibited.
I just got moved, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first thing first. I will attack the guy in front of me.
Okay, so you have advantage because of flanking.
Yes, sir. That's beautiful because that was a 2. That's a 3, so it's 15 on the first hit. And it's a crit on the second.
Mm-hmm. So the
Alright.
the 15, is that plus anything?
No, 15.
Okay, so the 15 misses, but the crit obviously hits. So yes, can I get your crit damage? Your damage and then times that by 2.
It's 18 slashing. No, 18. Hold on. 18 plus 5. 23 plus 3. 30. 26. 26 slashing damage.
Is that in total or 26 and then doubled?
No, 26 the total with the hex and with the the blood sword.
Alright. Okay, and you get a +1 to your blood sword after that.
That's 4.
Alright. So Onyx, you're up.
Just seeing quickly if I have any spells I want to do. But if we're dealing okay for damage, I think I'm going to hold for now. How injured are the Driders looking? Sorry.
They're looking pretty buggered up. Like, in terms of their injuries, they've been through hell, but they don't seem to mind it at all. They're still chanting away and still but just attacking rather half-heartedly at you guys.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spare spells and stuff for that one. And I'll just resume the shooting at the guy. And I will sharpshooter as well, just because I remember it's a thing. That is 30 hit.
Yeah, that hits. So 10 to start off with.
Plus 11 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
2 Hunter's Mark damage.
Yep.
And 6 fire damage.
21, 23, so 29 damage on the first hit. Okay, so I will say that will... you shoot this one, and even though that it's carry on chanting, it will then crumple to the floor, and clinging to life with everything it can, will do everything... will use everything in its power to try and finish its chanting, but it is basically dead.
Nice. Sweet. Okay.
Nice.
Terrifying.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, one less
As it
spell
lands
from
on
you.
Revy and crushes him.
Oh no.
Heal!
Again, please.
Heal!
Okay, your second attack? Well, first off, did you want to move your Hunter's Mark to...
Yeah, I was gonna say, if he's technically dead, then I will move the Hunter's Mark to the next one. And I will sharpshooter again. Yeah. So that is 25 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Nice.
So 10 to start off with.
Plus 9 piercing damage.
That is your foe. That is all yours.
4 Hunter's Mark
I just
damage.
rushed off.
Mm-hmm.
And another 4 fire damage.
8, 17, 27 to hit.
Nice.
Yeah, and drink more all over my legs. I'm more cat hair than you are.
Okay, so this one is very badly hurt now. It's swaying on the spot, and well, the spider body is trying to find a way of balancing against the wall. They're really struggling to do so, and the elf body is just sort of like being chucked around at the top of it. But in spite of going like to trying to balance itself, it's doing whatever it can to maintain the chant. Okay, so, given that you haven't moved, Barricas,
Oh,
I don't think it will hit you anyway. A 16 doesn't hit you, does it,
no.
Me or Barracas?
Barricas?
Mm,
Okay, so you see somewhat just off to your left slightly. This sudden pincer just reaches out and tries to swipe you, but it appears to have misestimated where you were and misses you completely as it then retracts back into the crevice.
okay.
Sorry.
Okay, Tordum, you're up.
Okay, go. Sorry, I'm just attempting to decap myself.
And go to Revi if you want to focus on that.
Yeah, no, sir. There's not much point. My firewall's not really going to do much there anymore, so I might as well drop the concentration on that spell now.
Okay.
Are those spider things still in the hole, or are they sort of out of the hole?
Which spider things?
Those ones come up behind Otley.
Yeah, they're a swarm of spiders. They're technically occupying the square that Otley is in, but I'm just putting them next to it so you can see the token.
Okay. I want to. Can I just? Sorry, I'm just gonna fireball. I'll jump in a fireball.
Okay.
Just dropping it. Oops.
Sorry, Onyx. So do it there, then.
Yeah, basically, my point is I was looking at the hole. The point is I aim for them to sort of get it down the hole as well. If that makes sense.
Oh, so you're aiming for the hole.
Yeah, but
Okay.
if they're in the hole, then I want to take them out as well.
But they have emerged from the hole. But you can basically try and Luke Skywalker it and just try and send the fireball down the hole into the crevice and see what happens. But
I'll do sort of so it's partly in the hole but coming out as well, if that makes sense. So should in theory go a bit down, a bit up.
okay.
Because it's a 20-foot sphere, so technically if I aim for about 10 foot into the hole, technically it's 10 foot out the hole and 10 foot in the hole. They're going to get hit by it.
Okay, so it got a 13 on the dex save.
Yep, so it gets hit.
Okay.
So each creature takes 8d6 fire damage.
Let me roll that.
Please. I need to just check something quickly.
So that's 23 plus 5, so 28 damage.
Yep.
Okay, so this Tordum shoots this fireball off, and it zooms past the spiders, threading the needle between Otley's ear and his shoulder, and sort of whoosh goes down the hole, and then rather distantly you just hear this boom, and this torrent of fire just comes out of the crevice and just catches the swarm of spiders and just immediately incinerates all of them. But then, almost distantly, you can just hear the shrill screams of multiple spiders as being burned alive inside the sort of network of holes and tunnels that you inhabit. You can see in various areas the ground is starting to crack.
Spell, is that was a wizard's evocation spell? I don't think it was, was it?
Well, fireball. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's
Fireball's
evocation.
evocation.
Yeah, it's
Because I was
evocation.
going through, I was actually reading stuff. Where'd it go? I just lost it. I have empowered evocation.
Yeah, it's already implied.
Is it already, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, it's already
I wanted
done.
to ask is that implied? That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, it's already applied.
That's fine. Cool. Thank you.
That's what your +5 bonus is.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's what I wanted to double check with you. Because
Yeah.
I haven't seen that written. I don't remember reading that.
Okay. But yes, the swarm of spiders is killed. So anything is movement.
Anyway, you'd like to go, Onyx? I hold my movement for Onyx to claim.
Okay, sure. Right, so Revy, you're up.
Okay. To the left of me, the red, is that a fire?
That's where the web has been burned away. But above you.
Perfect. Okay, I'm using my 20 feet of movement to move.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 30 foot of movement. I use 10 more feet of my movement to move a little bit further.
Where do you want to move to? Okay.
There. I'm going to drop my concentration on my blade barrier,
Yep.
and then I'm going to move my spiritual weapon to within range of the Draven? No. Dredger?
Drider.
Rider? And attack with my spirit weapon. Which got a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Which does 8 points of damage. Oh yeah. No, it needs to be rolled at a higher level. Hang on.
So what was that?
Sorry, it was a 3rd level. No, it is 1d8 plus 5. Okay, yeah, 8 points of damage.
Okay, that does actually finish it off. So describe the kill.
My spear runs through its gross spider mouth in the middle of its torso and bursts out the other side. Shining gold, but covered in blood.
Okay, so with that, it loses its grip on the wall and just sort of tumbles down into this area down here.
I feel sure it was taken. Oh my god.
Okay, and with that you're met with relative silence. You can distantly hear the fire burning from the bonfire and from everything else that's on fire, but it's relatively muted in regards to everything else. So much so that you can hear the telltale signs of this strider, still clinging to life, but barely, but attempting to finish off the chant.
Someone needs to stab it. Chop its head off. Off with his head.
Can I blast it from where I am?
Yeah, you can.
I'll snipe it. Do I need to roll to hit?
No, so you just immediately blast its head off, and just leaving like a charred remains, but of this, but as the rest of his body just crumples to the ground, just completely dead.
Do they count as humanoids? No.
No, they're monstrosities.
Riders, I think, are monstrous, yeah.
Well, they got part human on top of them, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna ask.
Did you want to raise dead on them?
Yes.
I'll allow it.
Fuck yeah. Well, that died, and I get 21 HP back. Because he dead under my thing. And yes, I will accuse Spectre in this case.
Okay. Okay, so you can. The first thing you can see about the Spectre is that you're used to everything having sort of like a pure humanoid form. This one is very much cut off at the waist, just like the lower half just like fading away into smoke.
Fair enough.
And like it then looks directly at you, and this is something that you're not really accustomed to seeing. It just sort of like gets raised and then it just lingers, but this one looks directly at you, and then just simply says, and it's put in the really raspy voice that spectres do, and so, "You may have killed me, but my mother's will is done nonetheless." And then it sinks into like the sort of monotone spectre appearance.
Damn. Mother of shadows, who are you?
Okay, so with that, you can give yourself 600 XP.
Hey.
Nice.
That
We're
was
getting
a
so
lot of
close,
XP.
guys.
Every little counts.
Mm-hmm.
And we're for the next level up.
Okay, so what would you guys like to do?
I would love to say let's follow the roads, but you know, I can't see the road.
Wasn't the reason that we came after we passed through the fog wall into here? Were there eggs or there was something near where I'm standing now that I was interested in? We were interested in.
You can see various sort of cocooned humanoid bodies lying
That was
around and
Yeah,
various
that
things
was
like
it. We're going to try and look. Yeah.
So I'm interested in cutting open some of these cocoon bodies,
Okay.
just to have a look. You see.
Yeah. Check if they're dead. Put your finger in their mouth.
While you're doing that, I'll do a commune with nature as well and ask some questions. I'll let you go first.
Okay. So Revi, which one are you cutting open?
The one next to me, I guess.
Okay. So you go over, like, avoiding this spider web as much as you can.
Yes.
Yeah, you cut it open, and you can see inside is. You can see it's relatively. It's first off, it's an elf, the male. But you can see that this one appears to have been here for quite a while. Its flesh is very much rotten to the point that its nose has completely deteriorated, and you can see that several insects are actually inhabiting inside it. What you can tell is that this cocoon was broken into somehow, and has then allowed a lot of decay to occur.
Gross.
So they fed on him.
Ooh, potentially. Okay. I would move on to the next one then.
Okay, so there's one over here.
Okay.
Okay, this one appears to be a halfling. You cut into it, and this one is relatively fresh, but very much intact. So if you wanted to loot the body of this one, then you could.
Sure. Is there a ring?
I'll roll my percentile dice. I estimate a 20% chance of this thing having a ring, and did not get so, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. No ring.
But you do find just like a standard short sword, a dagger, and 6 money pouch with 6 pieces of silver in it.
Woohoo! Okay. Not forget that.
And then just like
Do
general
we-
clothing and stuff on top.
Do either of the short sword or dagger glow? at all?
No. Just very standard, non-magical short sword and dagger.
Just checking. Okay, well, I'm not going to waste any. What's that, Mickey?
No, it's fine. You carry on.
No, that's it. I'm not going to waste any more time cutting into any more of these cocoons. Seems like everyone here's deceased.
I wanted to ask what kind of weapon were the Drider wielding? You said they were rapier, but they were like the size of a longsword.
Yeah.
Yes. I will free myself, and I will try to investigate the body of the Driders.
Okay, so the Spectre just follows after you. In regards to the mechanics of D&D, these would just simply go down as longswords.
Oh.
But they're longswords that use they're longswords that have the finesse property.
Yeah, okay. I thought so.
So if you wanted to use your dexterity for them instead of your strength, you could.
That's what really matters to me. Okie doke. Well, nothing useful here. Shall we just go, please?
Okay, but do you want to do your commune with nature?
Well, I'll ask. You got 10 minutes, and then I can just find out where this Spider Queen might be. If there's any portals, or if there's any settlements nearby. Is it worth doing?
Unless you just
Or
want me
should
to
we
throw a
just-
fireball down the hole again.
I mean, yeah, you can do. You try that one first?
Why don't you commune with nature and see if she's down there first? There's no point wasting a spell, is there?
No, I'll do that then. I'll ritually cast Commune with Nature, and I'll put it in Discord because it's just easier than me having to read it out because it's a fucking wordy spell. But essentially, the first three: locations of settlements, locations of portals to other planes of existence, and the location of one challenge rating 10 plus creature. DM's choice. But I kind of want to see if this spider bitch is about, but we'll see.
Okay,
Sure.
so let me take you to the map. Okay,
Quick question.
Yep.
If we do the ritual, can we do a short rest as well?
so the ritual takes 10 minutes, short rest will be half an hour.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Do
Carry
we
on.
want to do that in this place that's fucking up Constitution, or do we want to go and go
Well, we've
outside?
already
and
walked
do it?
Yeah, rather
30 feet. We may as well walk out, right? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, just leave.
We've only walked 30 feet. We may as well just walk. You know what I mean?
Okay, so where you cast this spell is going to affect the answers that you get. I will tell you.
Yeah.
straight
Okay.
away.
No.
So
fair.
if you cast it in the
What
shadow
about-
area, you'll get answers to the shadow area. If you step out into the forest, you won't have access to the information for the shadows.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to wrap my arms in webs as well to do it, or like hold on to the webs to try and use them as like a bit of a conduit.
Yeah, boy.
I would stay here then. It was just a thought. It was just, I didn't know how it was going to spell. That was kind of like thinking out loud.
Yeah, it makes sense to leave, but
Okay,
if you don't-
so
We could
into-
do a 10-minute cast, ask you questions, and then nip out, have a half-hour rest.
yeah, I could do it again out there as well, and then find out what's out there as well.
okay, so
Yeah.
in terms of so first off, the forest is effectively puts you where Tordum's token is. So there is a settlement literally just a few miles away.
Okay.
In terms of portals, you pretty much get the same information that you did before, with the exception of this portal now being gone.
Yeah.
In terms of right, so you wanted the challenge rating.
10.
10
10 plus.
It would identify Spider Queen.
Bear with me. Let me see if she applies to any of those.
By the map, we are too close to a settlement.
Yeah. Could just pop in and then ask them about this place.
Okay. In regards to put the location of a celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead, but even though that you directly try to ask nature specifically about the Spider Queen, they basically come back to you saying there is no Spider Queen in the vicinity that is celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
So either she's a completely
Does it
different
find
kind
any
of
of
creature
them
pretending to be a Spider
that's
Queen, or she's just not.
Something else?
But given that they haven't technically answered your question, they then skip to the next one, the most prevalent kind of plant, mineral, or beast. Sorry, one sec. Accidentally open the Xbox app. So basically, the shadow curse that you're effectively currently in sort of goes in sort of like this direction, and then is effectively going like that.
Oh,
So everything on the other side of that line is in the shadows, and basically here is where they're picking up the most prevalent form of beast.
Oh, yeah.
So the places we kind of need to go to save this place are majority in Shadowlands anyway.
You could
I
just
feel
you
like
could
we
do
could have
that.
talked about this shadow before now, huh?
How do I undo? I don't know how to undo.
You just need to click on it and delete it.
Well, we're at the mercy of the path, right?
Yeah, so when you entered this area, the path was basically giving you two options: to either carry on going south, which is the direction that you took, or leading you, what you can basically tell, to Deepwood Mod.
Call me crazy, guys, but I think maybe we should do a little stepsy backsy and
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah.
Do
that then.
Okay. But I will say, the last time that you you asked about sort of like great beasts in this area, the answer was there's hundreds of +10 creatures throughout the forest. But in this particular instance, it's giving you that in this settlement is where the most powerful creature is.
I'll tell the group. We should just fucking beeline there and take it out.
And also bear in mind, it's not giving you the names of the settlements or anything like that. It's just giving you the general.
Yeah.
So like, if the Fog of War has covered this entire map, and it's just like an icon just in the middle of a blank map, is effectively what you've been given.
Yeah. Alright.
So I suppose really we should go to the settlement and we can ask someone to confirm that is a settlement. Because we're metagaming the settlement basically.
Yeah, basically.
Do that.
Okay, so with that, are you then leaving the shadow area and then taking a short rest?
Yeah.
50 supply.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody who wants to do put hit dice, then you can do that. Do you all do a short rest?
Yeah, I'd manage recovery help, but I don't know if I should recover it spell on short rest.
You can do your arcane recovery. And okay, so are you basically following the path to Deepwood Mod?
Yes.
Okay, so you leave the shadow area. You rest up a bit, like tend to wounds, check the poison, that sort of thing, and so you then follow the path to Deepwood Mod. And so, as you begin journeying there, so first off, as soon as you leave the shadow area, the sort of resonant chanting that you have sort of carried on hearing from like all of the other spiders that are possibly in the area, that just immediately goes. As soon as you step out, you don't hear it at all. You then carry along the path, and you can see in relation to the path that you're going on, the shadow barrier is pretty much right adjacent to you. In some cases, it intercepts the path somewhat, and then other times it gives it a wide berth. But it's pretty much along that line is the shadow barrier.
Okay.
Then, as you begin to after sort of like an hour of traipsing along what is now becoming a paved path, but you are becoming increasingly aware of wildlife in the forest. The forest had been extremely quiet, but now you're starting to hear sounds of birds tweeting, animals doing whatever it is they're doing. At which point at some points you see what looks to be a bear just chilling out by a tree.
Hey Ollie, it's your friend.
And as you sort of like go past, the bear looks at you oddly, very directly, then puts a paw to its ear and like growls something. Then sort of gets up and just wanders off.
I think it's Martin with you. He likes you.
After a while, just traipsing along this, you're starting to also get the very distinct signs of sunlight beginning to penetrate the forest. And the foliage begins to clear above you, and you're now walking in what appears to be open air. And the air quality just you step into the sunlight, and the air quality just immediately becomes fresh air. You're able to breathe again. It's like stepping out of a really stuffy business room.
Much better.
Freedom!
Is that the first starlight that we see since we stepped into the forest?
Yes, this is the first, skylight. You haven't been able to see stars, moon, or the sun. It is very much daytime.
Is there a very large rock nearby? Inside.
Not particularly, no.
Oh, okay. So I'm just lie in a sun patch on the floor then.
You do have your carpet.
I'm gonna lie in a floor on a sun patch.
Okay, and then after a little while, you come to the very distinct signs of civilization. But you can see that you're first sort of made aware of this. But actually, I'll get you all to do perception checks if you can.
Excellent.
11.
21.
16 per section.
Yep, Onyx, what did you get?
I got 27.
Okay. So you're sort of like made aware of the fact that you're being watched by the sounds of childish giggling from a tree branch above you.
If you look up, what's there?
Yeah, what's up there?
Okay, so you can see what appears to be 4 elven children, all very expertly sort of hanging from a branch, and all of them sort of like giggling and pointing very specifically at Durr.
What are you laughing at?
What are you? You look weird.
He does, doesn't he? He is very weird.
You look You look weirder. You're so small.
I don't care. I'll eat you. Don't you want to eat them too? It's fun.
You do, and then one of the other children, who appears to be he's got the fair skin of an elf, but he has the horns of a tiefling. He just like points at Otley and says, "You don't have any hair."
Do you want me to eat him too?
No. Don't
I'm gonna
eat
cast-
children. Oh no.
Charlie's maggot and put that worm inside one of them. No.
No! No, not the...
Can I just chase them
No.
around and just pretend to munch on them? Like, I'm not really gonna munch them. I just want them to like. I'm just pissing around. I'm just gonna chase them around.
Well, as you sort of like notice, you can see that 3 of them are in the tree, and then there's a particularly small one who seems several years younger than the others. Is just sort of like hanging by the foot of the tree, and she comes over to Onyx, and you can see that she's got like a little like teddy unicorn just like holding it by one arm. She looks up at you and says, "Are you a pirate?"
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Big and scary, aren't I?
And she gives you a quizzical look and says, "No, I don't think so. Do you have treasure?"
Yeah, it's buried in a hat. Or in his beard.
Beard? Ew, I don't like beards.
Well, that's why you hide your treasure in them, because no one looks in the beards.
They're icky. They got food in them.
They're gonna brush the crumbs out of his beard.
Does that mean technically the bag of holding is for all of Durr's food scrap?
Yes. There are lots of crumbs. The beard has not been cleaned out, so there's lots of crumbs. There's lots of there's even some rotten pieces of meat in there as well.
Ew.
Now you
Those
need a
are the
bath,
bits.
and that's me saying so. That's saying so.
And then
When we get back to our mansion, we can have one.
Then put one of the pure elf boys from in the branch like looks at Revy and is like, "Are you a knight?"
Kinda.
How can you be kind of a knight? You can't be kind of a knight. You're either a
He's
knight.
half a
or
knight
you're
and
not.
half annoying.
I'm an anointed doctor.
Oh, you're a cleric, are you?
Yeah, go around sticking his fingers in people's mouths to make sure they're dead. Do you want to try it?
Oh, no. I don't want no fingers in my mouth.
No.
Ollie, get some, Ollie, some patience and practice on. Revy can show you.
So-
It's all
and then
above
so-
board.
And then the little girl who's on sort of ground level sees Barricas and is like, "You're beautiful."
No.
Oh, you have a
The
girlfriend.
kids, guys. You don't play
You
with the
marry
kids.
him. You can have him.
What's that? Is that a little girl?
Yeah, about 6 years old.
Oh,
Here you go.
Thank
have
you,
him.
Will.
Keep him. You can keep him.
You
Very strong.
are you of the Wild Hunt?
Wait.
what?
You look like someone of the Wild Hunt. My daddy says that there's somebody in the Wild who's pretending to be somebody of the Wild Hunt, but is saying that they're not, so they're not really pretending, but that if we see them, we should report them to the guards, because anybody who is pretending to be of the Wild Hunt should be hanged.
We need to kill this fucking kid. They know too much.
So, are you of the Wild Hunt?
Panic mode. I am a child of the Wild Hunt. You're correct.
That's cool. Can I be a child of the Wild Hunt?
If you believe you want to be one, you're more than welcome to.
Well, you should tell everybody that, because I don't know what you have to do, but you aren't known. Everyone else is known, but you're not.
Well, not everybody needs to get known. And about knowing things, you know, you seem to know a lot about Wild Hunt.
Yeah,
You're a
I'm
child.
smart.
Have you seen them passing by recently, by any chance?
Oh yes, the Wild Hunt ritual got called a few days ago. They came flying across the sky, and my mummy says that if I go out at night, they might snatch me up because they might think that I'm a monster. I don't look
Yeah.
like a monster, do I?
That's your soul and sell them to the underworld. You don't want to do that.
Wait, does that really happen? I thought she was just making that up.
Oh no, your mum is right.
Well, if she's right about that, does that mean I have to eat my vegetables?
All of them, especially the broccoli.
No.
Ah, shit, guys.
You're a boring grown-up. I don't like you anymore. She storms off.
Do you also know by any chance where the Wild Hunt is directed to, or stopped by, or going to?
Oh, they're
Well,
everywhere. They appear wherever they appear, and they do so according to what they want. Any person who's really of the Wild Hunt would know that.
Heads. Well, this is a problem, guys.
But if you want to if you want to know about the Wild Hunt, then you can head into the motte, and you'll be able to find somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Cool. Let's go and speak to grown-ups then.
Grown-ups are boring.
Right.
Not like the bears. The bears are fun.
The bears. The bears. You guys have bears here?
Oh yes, this is where the bear chieftain is. He's apparently waiting for somebody. He's saying he's waiting for a dwarf, but you don't look like a dwarf. You don't have enough hair.
thank you. Someone noticing that. Oddly, I think this is your call.
It is, yeah.
Well, the bears have.
Otley would like.
The bears live in the cave at the top, above the moat, where they have their bear games.
I gotta see these bear games.
Is it just a lot of games?
I was about to make the same joke.
Have you
I'm
seen
like,
these?
wow, how many is there?
There's
Have you seen these bears playing, child?
Oh, once, whenever I was young, I watched the chieftain of the bears win his title as the chieftain of the bears, and he fought against his older brother, and he punched him so hard that the bottom of his mouth flew off.
What?
Mummy didn't want me to see that bit, but I saw it. I looked right through her fingers and I saw it.
I mean, good. I'm glad it was that kind of game, but not. Well, I'm not glad.
I didn't want to get the mouth though. I wanted some of its teeth.
So you said it's up in a cave somewhere near here, right?
Yes. So and she basically put just sort of points, and those of you who can basically work out she's effectively pointing north. So the moat is to the west, and then the cave is to the north of the moat. So there's a waterfall that falls into the moat where the dryads do their rituals. At the top of that waterfall is where the bears live.
Okay.
They have a big forge.
Top of the waterfall.
Cool.
You said you'd been there before, right?
Yes, when the chieftain of the bears gets challenged, it's a big thing that everybody has to witness, even the children.
Oh, so you'll be going then?
Going to where?
Well, it's me who's challenged him, so you said you're going to be watching, right?
Well, nothing's been sent out about that. Nobody's called for a challenge of the bear supremacy.
Oh, so he just kept it quiet then. I wonder if he was worried he was going to lose and he didn't want everyone to see it.
It sounds like he's scared.
Can I get a history
Yeah,
check?
you know what? He sounds like he's a little bit of a bitch, really, and
What's a bitch?
yeah, I think he's worried. Ask your mother.
It's a female dog.
Oh! Shit.
It's a female dog.
That kid's getting...
She'll love to teach you all about that word.
That kid's eating nothing but broccoli ever again.
Yeah. I'm changing my alignment to chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Can I get a history check from you, please?
Yeah. From me.
Yeah.
7.
Plus anything?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Unless it's specifically about dwarven stonework. No.
But in regards to the bear, your challenge to the bears, you do vaguely sort of remember that you haven't necessarily challenged the bear to supremacy. In fact, you can't actually remember what you challenged him to. But in terms of like taking over from the bear cult, as it were, that's not.
We were talking, yeah. We were talking about, because I remember it was when we got off the boat. The two bears were bragging. One of them was being really weird, and then yeah, we were said about the challenging for to like become one of them, sort of thing. And they were like, "Oh, you'd have to be our chieftain to have that honor or something."
Well, you specifically wanted the strongest bear of the pack to, in fact, to.
That's the
Yeah,
yeah,
you
by a little
said about,
bitch. That was it.
My auntie called my mummy a bitch. Does that mean she called her a female dog?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Alright then, we're gonna go play.
I tell you what, if you're watching and I see you in the crowd, I'll try to make it so that the bottom half of his jaw lands where you are, and you might be able to catch it.
Okay, so the kid's eyes just like glow in wonderment. It's like, really?
Yeah, it'd be like a little trophy. Like, it'd be amazing. You can put it on a shelf in your room for display.
I have to hide it from my mummy. She doesn't like it whenever I take bloody things home. So the other kids sort of like egg this girl on to come chase them into the forest, and they all run off with a little girl with the unicorn sort of trailing behind, not able to keep up with them.
Oh.
Sweet.
Alright. So we go to see the bears and to see those people about the wild hunt.
Yeah, so 2 new sort of like optional quests join your quest log. But where Otley was concerned, it was like find the bears. You've now found them. You know where they are, and then Barakas find out information about the wild hunt.
Interesting.
And guys, that seems like a good place for me to leave it. I'm gonna have to check out a little bit earlier tonight, so I've got to be up super early.
Yeah, that's no problem.
So I'll hand my reins over to you, Matt, and I'll catch you guys next week, hopefully.
Alright,
Yeah,
then.
enjoy your holidays.
Good night.
We'll do what we can to not kill you.
One clicked out.
Okay. Right, so what would you like to do?
See if we can find the waterfall, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
We not do the bear stuff.
Yeah, man.
Alright then, so you follow the path and you eventually come to basically where you see on the map. And you can see that there's you come across various sort of buildings which are you're not sort of like looking at like streets or anything like that. It's just one-off buildings, just like dotted around what appears to be a road that has been made by the fact that people walk it, not necessarily like something that has been specifically worked into place. You can hear the sounds of rushing water very clearly off, and so you and you eventually come to what appears to be a sunken pit that has various buildings inside it. And as you begin to approach the pit, there's a tree just off to your left, and then from that tree, the leaves then sort of like blow in front of you, and a female figure appears in front of you, made entirely of leaves.
Beautiful creature.
Welcome. You are known.
All of us?
No, you are not known.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't even know why he's with us, to be honest. He just follows us around. I know who he is. Stranger.
Can I get a deception check from you with disadvantage, please?
Oh no.
I don't need a disadvantage, I've already got a -1. Okay, 12 and an 8, -1, so 7.
So but she just like gives you like this very blank look and just like, you vouched for him.
Can I just slap the back of his head?
You know, like humour. You know, a bit of banter between friends.
Nature
What he's
knows
then pausing
not
to realise that's the
banter.
first time he's called him his friend.
Aww.
Oh, I said it out loud. I guess that makes it true.
Yeah, you wish.
Okay, take it back. He's an arsehole, I don't know him.
Yeah, I'm just here for the fun.
Yeah.
What business do you have in the Deepwood?
It's like hero stuff. And to fight the chieftain bear guy.
Well, technically we're here for the curse, but yeah, also that.
Yeah, both things.
Very well. The bears are expecting you. Word has passed of your challenge, and the chieftain has... Sorry, one sec. And chieftain has refrained from his hunt, awaiting you. He is very eager. As for the curse, you will find help elsewhere in the mod.
Oh, you guys aren't going to help with that?
We can, but we are occupied.
And what are you occupied with? Like, you need help with that?
We are casting a ritual to cleanse the shadow.
Okay, I mean, that could be really helpful, so that's a good thing.
What kind of ritual? How long does it take?
We are 3 weeks into the month-long ritual.
That's a long one for sure.
Yeah.
At which point a sort of gust blows and the leaves suddenly disperse. So she very much sort of like almost explodes in like a leafy explosion, and then all of the leaves then just suddenly zip towards the waterfall.
Pocahontas style.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's that way?
Yeah, let's go to the bears.
Yeah.
Alright then. So, as you head northwards, and and put your tokens on. Sorry, one sec. As you head northwards, the terrain very much becomes an uphill climb, and the higher up you go, the more steeper it goes, and eventually you come to a plateau where everything just sort of like levels out, and you're greeted with the sounds of roaring, grunting, and then just like a more humanoid "Yah!"
How?
Well, Otley, this is your moment. Don't and bear ass yourself.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So as you approach this plateau, you can see that a number of trophies have sort of like adorned the cliffside. So skulls of various creatures, most prominently seem to be giant elks, but sort of like line up on the wall of this cliff on various totems. Some of them have flags attached to them, some of them don't.
Okay. Can I tell, is there anything I would know about that? Like why some of them have and some of them don't?
Can I get either religion or survival from you?
Okay, probably not religion, because that's terrible. Survival's not amazing, but I rolled 17 plus 2. 19.
Okay, the first thing you can immediately pick up is that these are trophies that are on display. But given the number of them, you can see business has been good. And then in regards to the flags, there's basically two. There's one that's red and one that's blue. And the red one seems to be in more quantity.
Okay.
So in terms of trophies in the colour scheme, you kind of put two and two together, and you get the feeling that this is some sort of competitions going on.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, they were in the middle of a game, weren't they? I forgot. Otley will probably take a seat somewhere and he's not going to like interrupt at the moment. He's just going to sort of see what this game is that they're in the middle of.
Okay. So I'll just move all of you guys up here because I didn't actually realise how big I did the map until I put it on here. So you go up the hill. There's nobody here to greet you, but you can basically see that a number of bears are standing up on their hind legs, are all standing to attention and paying attention to a bear that appears to be in a kilt and a beret. That's larger than all the others.
His little hat.
Brothers, know this and know it well. It is the duty, pleasure, and greatest honour for any of our number to die in service of the hunt. Any brother here who dies to the hands of those that they will call prey are humbled and shed their blood for the glory of the hunt. May all of our blood flow freely, and understand that no matter how great a hunter we become, there will always be those who would hunt us and be better at it. Does anybody want to do anything?
Nope.
But it seems we have some guests. Come, morsels. Come where we can see you.
Otley will go and stand where he's nice and visible.
Where do you want to stand?
Okay, so we'll just like walk up towards them.
Okay, so there's one bear who's sort of in your way, and with a rumbling chuckle, he sort of steps aside.
I'm gonna shoulder check him as I walk past.
So the bear in the kilt just sort of but with a very heavy sort of thump, steps forward on all fours, so he's more level with you, and it's like, ah, you are the dwarf who wants to suck my cock, am I right?
No. Don't believe that was me. I was here to beat you in a fight and, be your new leader, and he, like, gestures to everyone in the crowd.
Ah.
Become one of you.
Well, if you want to become one of us, then that's different. But if you want to take over the pack, that's different again. For only a werebear can take over the pack of werebears. They will not answer to a mere humanoid. There's like this growl of agreement. So if you wish to become one of us, then you may challenge me for that role. But not before.
Yeah. I thought that was the plan. I was going to come here and, become one of you and then challenge for leadership.
It's not that simple, my small humanoid friend. In order to be granted worthy to become pack leader, you must undergo at least one transformation.
Wait, transformed forever?
I think she means with one time shifted into one of them,
Then you can challenge us. But I will say, someone of your stature he says that word very deliberately, might struggle to comprehend the height of power.
I'm hearing a lot of talk there, but you know, I've got giant's blood running through my veins, so I think I'm fine.
Very well then. We shall see if you are worthy. But first,
We will.
we must set some rules. Rules are important. They're the only thing that separates us from the animals, you must understand.
What?
So first off, and this is most important, is a matter of accent. Your accent must not change over the course of this fight. The DM has decided that we werebears are Scottish, but instead, on the beach, he made the two bears Russian for some reason. That cannot happen. If you change your accent in the middle of a fight, you will give advantage to the other person. Do I make myself clear?
Sure.
Excellent. First,
So
you
yeah,
will
no Russian.
First, you will battle against some of our lesser kin. You battle against them, you will then confirm yourself as somebody who could be worthy of my bite. Then you will face me. If you impress me, then I will give you my venom. There's only 1 week to the full moon, at which point you will change. If you fight it, then your invitation to our pack is rejected.
Okay.
Very well. And he gestures with a sort of shake of his head to the one that you shouldered. And he sort of very laboriously turns around, and on all fours, the sort of walks over to here. So then this bear comes over and you will face me, little man. Given that we have a certain height difference, I will allow you to choose a weapon. But only one weapon.
So you need a weapon to fight? I thought we were going to do this with our bare hand, you know, like men.
I will face you with my bare hands. My bare hands, you understand.
Yeah.
If you wish to do the same, that is your choice, although I would not advise it.
We'll see.
Alright then. Can I have initiative for me, please?
Oh shit, here we go.
Okay. That is a 15.
Okay, he got a 1, so you're very definitively first.
Nice. I will rage first. I was going to Giant's Might. I'll rage first.
Mm-hmm.
And I will just punch him. Uh, 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And a 16 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
I'm surprised, but okay.
Well, bear in mind this bear is literally naked in front of you, and
Bear in mind.
yeah. So hitting it isn't the hard bit. It's doing damage to it, which you realise as soon as your fists connect.
Okay, that is 14 damage and then 16 damage on the second punch.
Is that including your rage damage?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so it's like punch, and under normal circumstances you would expect someone to be reeling from that, but the bear just like lets out a chuckle. Move you both into combat range. Lets out a chuckle, and then holds up his hands, and in a very Wolverine style, brings out his claws. Okay, so he is then going to do 2 claw attacks against you. Yeah, my dice getting in the way. Okay, but does a 22 hit you?
It does.
Okay, so both of these hit. So that's 2d8. Eight, 11, so that's 19 damage to you, halved with your rage.
So that's 9 total.
Yep.
Would we have like short rested or anything before getting here?
Yeah, you short rested once you got out of the.
Yeah, pretty sure we did, right? Okay, yeah. So he would have used his hit dice, and I'd be at full. So 9 damage.
Yep.
Okay, so exactly where I was anyway.
Okay. Right, it's back to you.
As he ends his turn, I will invoke my stone rune. Can I get a wisdom save, please?
Okay. He failed that, but it's a question of, do you want to do this in a battle of strength?
True.
I'm not going to stop you doing it, but I just want to ask, would Otley...
So I would... My thought was going to be... basically make him punch himself, so I technically am beating him with bare hands.
Oh yeah, I'm
Stop
not...
hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
asking you to like justify us or anything like
Yeah,
that. I'm just
yeah,
asking,
very
would
funny,
Otley,
yourself,
would
Yeah, I
Otley
think
want to do
if
this?
it weren't in a challenge, actually, he would do that. But since it is a challenge, he would. I think he would avoid using the rune.
Okay, so you just go do your normal attack then?
Would I have realised that my punches basically did nothing?
It's not necessarily they did nothing, but you realise that this is going to be a very tough guy to take
Okay.
down.
I didn't know if it was a hint that it was like immune to my punch or something.
No, it's just resistant.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I will continue again. I don't think my... Oh, I forgot it has disadvantage because of my cloak to hit me. I always forget that I have that on.
Sure. Just roll again. No, it's still hit you.
Okay, and I always forget this other ability as well. I'm gonna throw a punch at him.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 18 to hit. Which I think you said hits.
Yeah, basically its AC is 11.
Okay. It is large or smaller, so I'm going to use the ability on my werewolf totem necklace that I always forget it can do. As a bonus action, on my turn, I can knock a large or smaller creature prone when I hit with a melee weapon attack. Would that count with my hands?
Yep.
Okay. Then that is 12 damage. I'm assuming halved to 6 if he's resistant.
Yep.
But I will punch him onto his behind and knock him over.
Okay. Does he need to do like a save for that or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
It just says it happens.
Okay. So he is
Unless
now...
he's like immune to prone.
No, he is not. So yeah, he's on his back, and you can hear like a very sort of like a very interested "ooh" coming from the other bears. You can see the bear
Okay.
chieftain just like nodding, very very impressed.
If he's prone, the advantage to hit him, so that's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
For 14, halved to 7.
All right then. The bear will then spend half of his movement to get back up. And we'll do 2 claw attacks as well. Does a 19 hit you?
It does.
Okay, so only 1 attack got through. That's 11 half to 5.
Okay.
And now it's back to you.
Okay, I will Giant Smite and then throw 2 punches.
The other bear, and the bear basically just goes, very good.
That was a 26 and a 13 to hit.
Yep.
13 hits as well?
Yeah, it's literally just got its fur on, so and it doesn't have any dexterity, so its
I
AC
thought it
is
would have
11.
an
But
Hex modifier or something. Oh, then basically, it only miss if I hit a nat 1.
yeah, basically.
Okay, so that would be. So first punch will be 12 plus 6, and then halved, so that'll be
It's a 9.
9. And the other one was 9 halved.
Okay, so 4. So 13 damage in total. Alright then, so as all of these like punches are being thrown, you guys in the audience, you're really feeling like the impact of all of these, and given that you're somewhat at the top of a mountain, you're hearing like the echo of like all of these punches echoing down the mountain as you're watching this. Okay, so now it's back to the bear. Okay, both of his attacks completely missed you, so it's now back to you.
Okay. There's 29 to hit.
Yep.
And a 21 to hit.
Yep, both of those hit.
That'll be 13 halved.
Yep.
And then 15 halved.
Okay, so that's 30.
I'll knock him over again, but he's only going to get back up.
Okay, so with that, being knocked on his ass again, you suddenly hear the thunderous clap, clap, clap coming from the chieftain. So very well, now you face me. So this bear just sort of like gets up onto all fours and sort of limps away.
I'll stick my finger up at him. Step forward to meet the big bear guy.
The bare necessities have been met. Now you face a real challenge. And with that, shall we call it a night? But
Yep.
simply because I'm starting to fall asleep.
Yeah, let's
Don't worry.
call it there. Get your rest, honestly.
All right. So,
Thanks, Matt.
yeah, no worries. But are we okay to meet up for next week?
Yeah, I think so.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, should be good.
All right then. So, yeah, I'll do axes as normal, and then we can basically just pick this up straight away.
Let's do.
Sounds like a plan.
Have a
Thank
good week,
you so much
everyone.
for the session.
Cheers.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
Bye.